of blood, and welcome to what if Deku had to survive the monsters from Sweet Home. Deku is going to be the invalid housing area. By the way, just to let you know, Sweet Home is a webtoon. I would advise you read it if you like zombies or anything like that. It takes a zombie idea and twists it on its head. Instead of zombies for monsters. And I am going to start rereading it. But anyways, he's Aizuku. He's going to be a older brother. Just to let you know. And I'm going to add my own OC. He's just going to be here and there in the story. Actually, he's going to be helping out Aizuku a lot in the story. So, sorry if I'm a bit quiet. I just don't know why my throat is acting this way. It just is. So, anyways, before we alright, as we begin, Aizuku, he's getting his quirk tested out. Aizuku Midora is announced with a weird quirk, but it won't show up for some time, apparently. As Inko says, wait, my son has quirk? But what do you mean won't show up for some time? Oh, one more thing is I'm going to put a pause to what Deku, who is a vampire, the first vampire in 2,000 years. I'm just going to do this series and let my ideas kind of burn up a little bit. So don't worry, I'm not stopping that series. It's going to keep going, but right now it's going to be on the back burner. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Your son has a quirk, yes. And it's probably very strong, Miss Inko. What I gather is some type of fire telekinesis type of quirk. Miss Inko says, oh, so got a basically my husband's and my quirk, basically mixture. As the person says yes. As they both go home, Inko, I want to say Sasashi's still there. And when Inko tells Sasashi the good news as a quirk, he's very happy. He's a very happy man right now. They went to go celebrate. So yeah. 2 years later, his little sister's born. So a couple years later, I want to say Deku. So if it was about 2 years, and I want to say it was his first. He is now in first grade when his little sister was born. Actually, no. I want to make it where he's 2 years older. Fuck, never mind. Izuku was 2 when she was born. Alright? So, Deku has a quirk. And I want to say... Ooh, I want to give his sister a name. And I'm going to show you what she looks like, by the way. This is what she looks like. I think, just to let you know, reason why she has purple hair and purple eyes is because she's using contacts and she dyed her hair that way. And her name will be Um, you know what? Sarah. Yeah, Sarah will be fine. Deku and Sarah have been getting along pretty well. Sarah's quirk is basically Inko's quirk, just stronger. She's able to lift up, I want to say almost around, she's able to lift up a car when her quirk is fully developed, but right now, she's able to lift up Deku. Ooh, lift up Deku once her quirk, yeah, uh, um, once she gets her quirk. So, a couple years later, I'm time for it's Deku's first year of middle school. Well, Deku is still getting bullied, but not that bad. But I want to say if they couldn't get, I want to say Inko and Sasasi want to go out for a little while. Well, I'm chasing up the storyline of Sweet Home just a little bit instead of the entire family going on a vacation. It's just Inko and Sasasi wanting to go out for a little while. So when Deku gets back home, on the news, there was a car crash. A couple of seconds later, there's a knock on the door. Deku told his little sister, stay right there, I'm going to get the door real quick. As Aizuku opened up the door, it's a police officer. Deku says, hello officer, how may I help you? The officer says, I'm very sorry young man, but, your parents died in that car crash on the news. As Deku drops to his knees saying, no, and just starting crying. As Deku's little sister comes up saying, Forever, what's wrong? What's wrong, big bro? As Aizuku says, go to your room real quick. As she does, as the officer says, do you have a family? He says my OC's name, just to let you know. My OC is going to be Uncle of Aizuku for right now. And most times, my OC is not part of the Midoriya family. He's mostly just a teacher at UA for Class 1A, mostly. So, by the way, my OC's name is RJ, and I don't really have a good, like, representation, but most times he wears a white suit and a white fedora. That is basically what he looks like. Like, that's basically the clothes he looks like. Um, um, wears when he's teaching UA, and I'm trying to think what he looks like. He has a beard, and basically all his facial hair and hair is white. He didn't dye it white, it's just pure white. And no, he's not related to All For One or anyone with that type of hair. So, anyways, is we're going to cut to my OC, aka RJ. RJ is just sitting down, just gotten home from work and just started sitting down, watching the news. Once he seen the car and seen the two people that died, and he automatically got up and started walking to his car. RJ, by the way, is a pro hero. He's just living in crappy apartments because he wants to stay hidden from the public eye, but everyone that all his neighbors know that he's about the number 6 hero. Yeah, he's about number 6 hero. RJ is um I want to say he's about 29, actually about 31, 29. And most times in normal standards, he's 21, but right now, he's 29. Not 29, about 34. He's 34 right now in this life. And by the way, RJ's quirk is safe shifting. The only downside to safe shifting, oh, by the way, his safe shifting is he can turn any body part to a weapon, but the downside is it's still, if someone hits the part that is not turned to the weapon, and they can cough the arm, but it will have a very slow regenerative period. So well, RJ is basically he he very slow. He has a very slow healing period. Like he just has to wait. So as RJ gets to Izuku's house, he starts to walk up, saying, as the officer is like about ready to take them to the hospital, RJ, not the hospital, the, actually, he goes to the, police office. As Deku and his little sister Sarah is there. Deku, sees, RJ and he says, "Oh, uncle, you here?" As RJ just walks up, Neil saying, "Forgot, huh?" As Izuku nods, and he said, as RJ says, "Did you tell your sister yet?" As he nods, no. She's, right over there, sitting a couple seats away, playing with a toy. As RJ walks over her, and his sister says, "Uncle," as he, jumps up and hugs him. As RJ says, as, Sarah, Izuku hasn't told you this, but you're going to be staying with me for now on, okay? Okay, Sarah says, "Okay, but when will, our mom and dad guess?" As, as, as RJ says, I guess we never really taught you about life or death, huh? You were always so innocent, but I gotta tell you nothing. And now, as RJ says, well, as he explains what death and life is basically, how he says, and RJ says, we all have time, but time is something difficult. We all have time, but for now, you must live it and take time in your own hands. If you don't take time in your own hands, you might lose something you might never know you ever had. So keep that time and keep it with you at all cost, or you might never experience what you want to experience. Time is something you need, and you need to grab hold of it now. As his little sister started crying, but RJ tries to comfort her, and he somewhat works. Give me a second. Alright, got some water. But anyways, it's before RJ could take them home. He has to sign some papers, as he did. As he does so, they go back to their old house, grab clothing, whatever they need, and they basically sold everything else off, except for pictures and basically anything they was related to them and their family. So, as they get to RJ's home, Deku was about ready to walk in front of the guy weed whacking. As the weed whacker broke, RJ grabs Izuku and pulls him back. As the guard walks over, he says, "Oh no, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry." As RJ says, "It's alright, calm down, you're not hurt. You're okay, mate." I say, "You're okay, everyone's good." But you almost give my nephew a close save, as both of them start laughing. But anyways, kids, this is the guard. These are my nephews and my niece. This is my nephew and niece. As he greets them, and Izuku greets him, and his little sister's hiding behind him, and she gives off a very weak hi. I'm going to tell you this now. His sister, she's super shy. I mean, like, she's one of the shyest people, but one of the most nicest people that you can meet. But anyways, as we continue, Deku and his sister follows with RJ. I know in the original story it should have been just Izuku, but I'm just making aware Izuku's 6, like, he's still in middle school, so yeah. I want to say a couple years have passed, and this will be the start of the monsters rising. So, RJ is sitting down on the couch, and everything is going alright. Everything's basically normal. Well, it's been a couple years after Miko and Sasasu's death. And as RJ switches onto the news, and RJ hears something about some type of weird thing. But all he knows is like, lock your doors. Beware of these people that look like this. Showing mutilated and these people that look like monsters. As the kids come in saying, lock your doors, as no one is supposed to go outside. As RJ hears a big explosion happens out in the city. RJ runs over and looks out the window and sees the city on fire. As Izuku tells them to run and hide, is going to go downstairs and make sure everything's going okay. As we do this, as I want to say, RJ says one more thing before I go. Do not let anyone in, okay? As we both nod as he runs out. Oh, locking the door behind him. I want to say, after a couple of minutes, he got down the stairs saying, "What the hell's going on down here? Why the fuck the city is burning?" As a bunch of people are there saying, "We don't know what's going on." And back upstairs, the next door neighbor of Izuku started knocking at his door. She said, "Please, someone there, please help." As she doesn't start doing that, Deku started banging on the other side of the wall. As Izuku goes to look outside the door, Izuku looks outside and seeing a bunch of food littered everywhere. As Izuku looks out there, seeing a cat's head, and a hand pops out, grabbing the head. Izuku automatically closes the door and locks it. A couple minutes later, the girl comes to the door saying, help me, I'm so hungry." As Izuku says, "Calm down, and can you show me your hand?" She says, "Why? There's no time." As Izuku says, "Show me your hand," in a very shaky, sturdy voice. As her face started to melt, and Izuku started getting a bloody nose and faints. And I'm going to leave it off of here. This is Wolf Deku was in Sweet Home. Let me know if you want to see part 2. I am probably going to do part 2 of this series, by the way. And another thing is, trying to think, give me a second, before, yeah, that's about it. So thank you if you like, thank you if you sub, and let me know the reason why you dislike. That's about it. And have a good night.